So hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So if you like renovation housey type videos, then this might be one for you, because this is going to be a tour of our home as it stands now before our renovations start next week. So if you want to have a nosy and follow us on this journey, then keep watching. As a bit of background, because I appreciate some of you watching might be new to my channel, I am Charlotte, I'm 32, I'm a mum to 3 kids, and we are just about to start the process of extending, renovating our house for hopefully what will be, at least in terms of big work, the final time. I moved here back when my eldest was around 7 months old, so we've been here for about 7 years now, and slowly but surely we've done this house up from being in quite a bad state of disrepair, needing a lot of work doing, fixing like broken windows, that kind of thing, loads of intense stuff, to where we are now. And we are hoping to have a big 2-storey extension done. I say big, it feels big to us, but compared to a lot of people it's probably not that big. But I'm going to walk you through downstairs, show you the state of the house at the moment, what we're changing, hopefully sort of like document, you know, where we started, and then hopefully by the time that this is finished I can compare the two, we can look back and see how things have progressed. We're so excited, but I'm also extremely nervous because this still feels like one of the biggest things, well, it is one of the biggest things that we've ever done in terms of like finances and our home and making like a really big decision for our family, but I feel like it's going to be a really good one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you downstairs and walk you around the house, and then hopefully what I will do are maybe like weekly updates or things like that as and when things start to change. I can show you what it's like in real time really. So if you are getting to the point where maybe you're going to be having renovations done in the future, or you want to know what it's like in terms of like the upheaval, what happens, what goes on, how you work around it as a family, then it might be useful. But yeah, I'm going to stop gabbering away and I will take you on a tour of our home. So I'm going to start at the front door and work our way around, and I guess the first change that you would come to is that, as you can see, these are our stairs, and to the right is our upstairs as it stands now. So there's the family bathroom, Bill and Daisy's room, our room, and then Stan's room to the front of the house. And what is actually happening is that on this side here, this will be knocked through to create another set of stairs going left, and then that will be where our bedroom and ensuite is going to be. And that's all I can really show you for now. So at the moment this is what it looks like, and we're hoping to keep a similar decor here. It will need redecorating, I think, just because it's going to get a lot of wear and tear as time goes on, but eventually we will have 2 little staircases, and it would be quite nice to have our own area of the house, I think. So that is the first bit, and then through here this is our hallway, and this is probably not going to change, to be honest. It'll probably end up a little less cluttered than it is at the moment, and we might be able to move the buggy into our new utility, but more on that in a second. So when you come through, when you come through the hallway, this is our kitchen slash dining area. When I first bought this house, there was actually a door here that went into the kitchen, and then this door here actually went into a downstairs bedroom, because we live in a dormer bungalow. So if you can see where this is here, this was all a wall, and this was a bedroom with a toilet in, and then this side was just the kitchen. And the kitchen was it wasn't tiny, but it was very, very old-fashioned, very basic. We had a boiler that was floor mounted, and it was huge and very old. So when we had our first bit of extension work done on this house, we had to amend the kitchen accordingly, because it was all being trashed because of the boiler and work that needed doing. So this kitchen is actually second hand, and it was actually sort of forced into the space that we have, if that makes sense. So it was somebody else's kitchen, and the only thing that's new about it is the worktop. I did envisage painting it all white and having like a country kitchen type thing, but we actually had this done just before Daisy was born, and then obviously when she wasn't very well when she was first born, other things became a priority, and this is all I managed to do. But you know what, it served us really well. The oven was secondhand, the fridge was secondhand, and then like our dryer and our washing machine are in here currently, because that's just the way that this space has worked for us. So this was kind of built in roughly just to house everything. It's really cluttered in here at the moment because we've had to clear out the garage and we've had to clear out the conservatory, which I'll show you in a second. So there's just stuff everywhere when there shouldn't be. Case in point. That's our picnic basket. But the storage in here is very limited. We have these drawers which are just like cutlery, tea towels, baking bits, that kind of thing. This cupboard here houses all of our plates and like, I don't know, bits and bobs, but that's the only area of storage we have for those, apart from underneath our island. In here, that happens a lot. Where, I don't even know where that's gone. Here it is. Yeah, we have very limited storage, so everything is a bit of a mess. It does need a clear out anyway, but I'm not doing it purely because I know we're going to be emptying these into storage soon. So that is where all of our spices are. We had these shelves installed to make like use of extra space and have some more storage, but to be honest, they always do look a bit cluttered. And then obviously the oven's here. This is the only cupboard that we have for like tins and snacks and that kind of thing. So our squash, our tins, sauces, kids snacks, crisps, pasta, rice all live in here. So that can get cramped really quickly. And then this is where we keep mugs and glasses. So we really don't, in my opinion, at least for a family of 5, have a lot of space at all. This is our dishwasher, and then under here is our under sink storage for cleaning bits and bobs, and yeah, again needs a big sort through. And then finally we have our washing machine, and then this is where we've had to store everything else because I do love to cook, but it's the only place that we've ever been able to keep everything, but it always does look a bit cluttered and it gets dusty really easily on here. So this island was IKEA and it's actually done us really well. I might see when things start happening if we could potentially move this into the garage as like a work station, you know, for like tools, and like if we have to do any like sawing or painting away from the house, maybe just to repurpose it really, because there's no sense like just chucking it away or anything like that. So we may be keeping that. And then these stools here were actually from a local charity shop. Then this bit here is just, we realised that we needed more space as our family started to grow. So we have our dining table here, that's from a charity shop I think, and then these are like IKEA chairs. We've got IKEA high chair. This corner bit just houses like our posh dinner plates which never get used, and my cookery books and like booze, but it's not ideal. I would ideally like everything a little bit safer and more neat and tidy and put away, but it works for now and it's done as well for years, and I'm not going to slag off this space because, like, you know, it's our home and it served us really well. So we have a sofa here so the kids can watch telly, and it's just nice to have like a separate area sometimes. And then down here we have our downstairs toilet, and this was done when he was 1. Crazy how quick time goes. So our downstairs loo is really basic. My family actually installed this for me. My gramps and my mum and my dad actually did it all themselves. We will be updating this because some of this, you can see this bit here is like hidden pipes, and I think they may possibly be affected anyway with the extension, so we're going to update all of this when it gets done as well. It's a bit of a weird place to have a toilet, but we could move it, but the cost involved of moving it, when for us personally it doesn't bother us, it's just not worth it. So that is what it looks like at the moment. And then through here, when I first bought this house and I viewed it, I thought, how cool, there's a conservatory. That is amazing. Always wanted a conservatory, how lovely. And then I realised that once you actually live with a conservatory, at least an old school style one like this, where there's no heating or anything like that, and it's got isolated electricity and stuff, it's freezing in the winter and really, really uncomfortably hot in the summer. The glass is all blown. The guttering fell off in a recent storm, so that's actually on the bench out there, I don't know if you can see. And it's just in a really bad state of repair. Like the roof needs replacing, there's cobwebs everywhere. It's not very nice, and it never ever was the space that I thought it was going to be. So it's always been a bit of like a wasted room. We actually used it to, like, we had laundry baskets here, and we'd keep my laundry in here and then just grab it, and then obviously the washing machine's here, so I would just like go back and forth and keep it all out of the way, almost like a makeshift utility. And we kept like mops and buckets in here. We had like an old freezer over here, which is where I stored Daisy's milk for when she was in NICU, and we never moved it because the milk got replaced with ice creams eventually and that kind of thing. And then we had an old chest of drawers that just kept like random rubbish in. You know, when you like go through it and you think, I don't even know why we've got all of this stuff. The cats mainly dominate in here, and they're obviously, what we're going to do is when we have the extension and we're going to move the cat flap to the utility so they can come and have their own quiet space in there, but also like come around the rest of the house as well, because that was the only annoying thing. They would come in here, but then we would have to physically let them in, and that was like, I don't know, it kind of excluded them, and it was like not very nice for all of us really, because they would always want to go in and out and it's just irritating. So hopefully that will all be fixed. And then what's actually going to happen is that we're using the foundations of the conservatory already, so they may need to be deepened slightly, but some of the work is already done, and it's going to be extended across to the garage to integrate it. So as you can see, our garage at the moment is completely separate, and it's great. It's done us really well. It's actually a really big garage. I don't know if you can see the full length of it. It's a really good size, and what we're going to do is integrate the two. So this wall is going to extend all the way across there. That window is going to be turned to a door so you can access it from the garden. And then what is going to happen here is that we're converting part of the garage into a utility. So where this gate is here, there's going to be a door into our utility, which is going to be over there, coming out this way. And then that is actually going to enable us to then build up. And as you can see, like our neighbours have had like a similar type extension here, and we're going to be building up, and that is actually where our bedroom is going to be. So the garage is now fully emptied. We have got a storage unit, and we're actually going to do some storage unit hopping because prices after 2 months escalate. So we put it in one storage unit for now, and we've already found the next storage unit to move it to, ready for like saving a bit of money. So that's what we've had to do, and it's fine. Like, at least we know everything is safe and we can access it when we need to. We've got a big car. We've got like a 7-seater. We've got a Citroen C4 Grand Picasso, so it's quite useful for like transport and stuff. And then essentially what is going to happen then, all of this is going to be knocked through. So this is going to be knocked through, this is going to be knocked through, and this whole space is going to be open plan, which is what we have dreamed of for like ages now. So we're going to have like a new sofa area here with a telly. We're going to have a massive dining table around here, I think, so we can host finally and fit all of my family in and Mark's family in, because we've got quite a big family all together, and it'd be nice to be able to have everyone over all at the same time. And this is going to be much brighter. We're having a big lantern like roof light, like window, so that's going to really open everything up. And then because these walls are gone, this is no longer going to be a dark space. It's going to be really like light and bright, and we're going to have spotlights in and not just these random things here. So we're really excited about that, and that is just essentially what has been done. So I can't really show you much more because like where the new part upstairs is going to be, it doesn't even exist yet, if that makes sense. So yeah, this is where we're up to, and I'm really excited. I think tomorrow, which is actually when this starts, when I'm filming this, we're starting on Monday the 9th of March, I think it is. I think this will be gone, or at least I think they will start demolishing this first tomorrow, because they can't really do anything while this is in the way. And then I think the foundations will begin, so things will probably start slowly and like come together, and I think we will be able to live here hopefully until everything is built outside. And it's when they knock through that then we're probably going to have to like move out, or at least like not be here during the day so we're not in the way. We're going to try and stay for as long as we can because it saves money, and it also alleviates any pressure on family members who have all offered to have us, but obviously we don't want to intrude too much because we've got 3 small children. So yeah, that is everything. So I'm excited, I'm nervous, I'm a bit like, I don't know, I'm already a bit like not enjoying the mess. Like there's just stuff everywhere, but Mark's just said to me, you're gonna have to get used to it, babe. And I know it's gonna be so worth it. So yeah, that is our house now. So what I thought I would do really quickly, you can see the builders have already dropped off some scaffold boards. I think that's what these are. I don't really know, they're very big. So we've got loads of those ready, but I thought I would show you like how the house is going to extend out, if that makes sense. So it will probably be coming up, I think this window is still going to be fine, so I think it's going to be coming up to about here. maybe a bit less, and it's going to be like utility here with a bin store, so we can like hide all of our bins in there and like out of the way from the elements and stuff. And then obviously this would be where the utility door would be, so if I walk in now it would be like units, and we're going to have another fridge freezer in here, and then our washing machine and dryer will be here as well, if you can kind of imagine it. I still can't. And then obviously the garage now is completely empty, and then if I walk you through here, obviously you can see now like this is what the conservatory looks like. It's not been this empty in years, but if I walk you backwards you'll be able to see where it's going to extend across. So all of this is going to be the extension, so there'll be no gap. This will be a door here, and yeah, we're going to have bifolds, which I'm so excited about because I mean they're dead cool. But that is essentially what it's going to look like, and you can see like there's where the guttering has come out. Another reason why we're integrating the garage, sorry, not just because it enables us to build on top of it, but I don't know if you can see, but this is absolutely knackered. We have a leak in our garage now, and all of the guttering is falling off and the roof is damaged and needs a lot of work doing. So we're kind of killing two birds with one stone, because this is like falling apart basically, and so is this. And then we've also got some damage to guttering here, so it's going to alleviate a lot of issues that we would otherwise need to fix anyway had we not even extended, so it just makes sense. But yeah, that is it. Oh, I'm excited. You won't even be here tomorrow, I don't think. It's mental. Also, I just thought I would quickly point out, this is where our first extension was. So we had a dormer bungalow, but it was only on one half of the house, so this half, and this is where these have been built. So that was done both at the back and at the front. That was like phase 1 of our plans, and now we're on to phase 2, and I've been here now for 7 years, so it's taken us a good long while. We've had to remortgage twice to be able to do this, and just work really hard to get to this point. So just so you know, it's not we've not won the lottery or anything like that. It's just we've taken our time, but it's going to happen. So that is the end of this video. I'm so excited for things to start. It's going to be crazy. Like, we've been doing so much prep to get to this point, having to like clear out the garage and clear out different parts of like our house, ready to make space for other things. And after literally it's been over a year in the making and planning this extension, after like years of hoping it would be like on the agenda one day, and we're finally here. We are finally here. We got like all the balls in motion around this time last year, and it's finally happening. So yeah, I think I've said finally too many times, but I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to stick around and subscribe if you're new. I would love to have you here if this is what you're into, because that'll be a big feature of my channel in the coming months. But otherwise, have a lovely day, whatever you're up to, and I will hopefully see you soon.